battery polisher. If you think about the automotive user, they're one of the fastest to adopt battery technology we've ever seen before. If you try to think about why, it's because our M18 FUEL system is allowing them to not only cut cords on their corded tools, but also to replace pneumatics as well. But the automotive detailer's kind of been left behind as a part of that process, and that's because their number one tool they use all day long, a polisher, when they pick this thing up, they're not putting it down for 30 to 45 minutes. So it's under constant work. But this is the first tool operated by a battery to be able to deliver the sustained power and performance necessary that a user expects out of their corded tool. So we are really achieving cordless detailing here for the professional automotive detailer. The next really cool piece is we're giving you total control, because this tool comes in weighing a full pound lighter than our corded competition. So as I'm holding this for 30 to 45 minutes, it can be a lot easier, a lot more comfortable for me to do so. We talk about speed control too. There's a variable speed dial on the back here, so you can set your maximum RPM setting, and then a really comfortable two-finger variable speed trigger. So as I go to start my work, I can start out slow, spread my compounder, my polish around, and then kick it up into higher gear when I want to start doing some real serious work. The last piece I want to talk about when it comes to control of this tool is that the balance is phenomenal. So more of the weight is over the head of this tool than anywhere else, and that comes in real handy when you're out over a hood of the vehicle, or you're up on top of a roof and you don't have the ability to apply pressure to the surface as easily. So now, because more of the weight's over the head, you're going to have some of that natural pressure just from the tool applying it. You're going to be able to do all of your corrective work as a part of that. But the last part, what really seals the deal for this tool is the runtime. So you throw a 5-volt battery on the back of this tool, you're able to polish a full-size car on one charge. And that makes this tool a game changer for this industry, because off of 2 batteries and a charger, the automotive detailer is able to continue working all day long. They're just swapping out a battery when they're done with that car. And the next one will be charged up by the time they're ready to use it. So this tool is the first of its kind. It has the power, it's got the control, and it has the runtime to be a complete corded replacement. But I want to spend a little bit of time educating on why cords are such a big deal for this user. So I'll show you real quickly. If I were to grab a traditional corded unit, obviously I'm tethered to the wall, right? I think that benefit of cordless is pretty obvious for most people, but for the professional detailer, as soon as I go to polish this car, the first thing I'm going to do is take that cord and throw it over the back of my shoulder. Because if this cord touches the paint at any point throughout the process, it creates more scratches and imperfections that I have to go and buff over again later. So it's a huge productivity killer. But while I'm working on this car, as I'm maneuvering the polisher around and working it in different spots, you can see the cord's falling down my shoulder constantly. So every 30-40 seconds or so, I'm adjusting it over my shoulder. And as a detailer, I want 100% of my focus to be on this paint, not what's on my shoulder. Because if I'm distracted and I sit in one spot for too long, or I get too close to an edge because I'm not paying attention, I can burn the paint. And what that means is I've got to send this car back to a paint booth to have it completely repainted, the section that I burned, and then we've got to go polish it all over again. It's a $1,500 to $2,000 mistake that every single detailer has to think about every single day, because up until now, this has been their only option. So that's what makes us so excited, because we're not only improving the productivity, but we're also reducing some of those risks that corded polishers give to the end user. What we're going to do with the rest of our time, I can talk about this tool for days, but we need to get your hands on it. So what we're going to do is we'll have 2 different lines, one with Eric, one with me. We'll bring you on up and we'll get you some compound and show you how to do a little bit of polishing. As a quick demo, all we're doing is we're going to lay a little bit of polish down on the surface, and then we're going to start out slow and just spread it around a little bit, and and then we'll kick up the speed a little bit and start polishing through. And you just want to keep the tool moving so that you're not sitting in one spot for too long, generating too much heat. Okay, so who's going to be the first one up to get their hand on this tool and feel it for themselves? Come on up, come on. Like I said, we can take another one with Eric on the other side of the car. And then obviously I'm available for questions throughout this time as well.